All right, everybody, you were all unmuted. we were discussing very important topics before stream.
I hate it here.
Fun fact: echidnas have 4 penises. That's the biggest.
Oh my god.
So, hello everyone, my name is Obsidia, everybody's favorite Death Knight and the wonderful DM of this campaign. I'm so happy to have you all here tonight. And before we do a round of introductions, followed by the previously on, I would like to say in Boobsidia update, 3 weeks in, and my boobs do not hurt. This is a glorious achievement as I've been suffering with boob pain for several weeks now, so... We're moving on up.
It's all boob goodness from here on out.
It's all titty from here, champ.
I'm not good with pants grab chat. I mean, I'm not good with words like. I mean, I'm really. Get me out of this one.
Okay,
I dug a hole.
I'll take this away from you, Sif. So as we try to take this away from Sif, we're gonna pass on over to our resident fastest enthusiast and favorite kitty knight here. We got the Page/Yulia.
Don't talk to me. Hi everyone. My name is Yulia. I don't like Sonic. But I normally go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter. Yeah, I do. I'm so brain dead.
You bring up Sonic and use just one mind break tag after another with Yulia.
I hate it. Please spare me.
And we appreciate it. Thank you, Yulia. Next up is our other kitty knight enthusiast and multi-purpose cat girl. Don't let him tell you otherwise. He is a cat girl in many formats. We've got Seth/Sif.
Just wanted to add, you said Yulia was the favorite cat knight, and we all kind of knew it, but putting it out there kind of hurt. Taking this L to the thing. Hi, I'm Sif. I'm like not as cool as Yulia, I guess, but I do art. I play games. Come on down.
You're all my favorite cat knights.
Thank you, Mobs.
I love all my kittens equally.
This is just a sad kitty image, like you're holding up like a cat in your arms and it's Yulia, and then there's a sad cat at the bottom.
I know that meme. I now need to make this meme.
Alright, well, hey, I'm Sif. I do art. I play games. I do cosplay. I'm gonna be uploading updates on that soon. Hi, I love you guys. Whether I'm a small cat knight or a loved cat, I don't know.
Or a New York cat.
I'm a New York over here. Sad New York.
Thank you, Sif. And next up, we have our beloved Paint/Litro. Everybody's favorite emotionally traumatized changeling.
Hi, I'm Litro the Bronze. I'm playing Paint tonight. You can catch me over on my channel if you like RPGs and other D&D stories where all these people usually play. Yeah, do that. But first, subscribe to Obsidia.
Thank you. And thank you, Litro, for being amazing. You should definitely go check him out. He is DM of several other campaigns on Fridays and Sundays, including, I think you guys are doing it this week, right? So definitely go check it out. He is an amazing DM. His players include basically everybody here in one shape or another. So definitely go check that out and support him. Next up, last but never least, the horniest member of the party, Jubilee/Mari.
Thank you, as always, for your delightfully pointed introductions, Obs. So, hi, everyone. I am Mary, currently a Hobbit VTuber, although I'm on a bit of a streaming hiatus while I do some rebranding to be a lovely, gender-ambiguous new form. And but yeah, whenever I do stream, I like to do comfy cozy stuff. We like to read books, we write, we craft, we play games from time to time, and it's just all about those cozy vibes. But in the meantime, you can find me over on here for D&D, as well as on Litro's channel twice a week for Mistwalkers and Comet Tales. Definitely check it out because Litro's great. So yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mari. We are all very excited for redefining gender with just the sexiest dragon.
Yee.
But yes, we are very much looking forward to that, and you should definitely go check them out. In all of the other games they play in, they are amazing in all of them, and a gremlin in most of them. So be sure to go send lots of love and support down Mari's way. All right, everybody. Thank you all for your introductions. Now we have ourselves the previously on. Previously on, shit got real. Specifically, their lovely changeling, currently known as Paint, was experiencing a bit of a body crisis as their undead patron Ghost Boy, whose identity they were assuming for the last 20 years, decided to get a little too territorial and started taking over Paint's body. The party rushed them over to the Temple of the Silver Flame, where everybody's favorite, crankiest hobgoblin priestess, Reinin Yen, tried to commune with the Silver Flame, which led to a battle inside of Paint's mindscape against an ungodly abomination format of their patron, who was trying to take permanent control of their body. They had Ray by their side. While that was going on, the patron was also taking control of their physical form and turning into an ungodly abomination in the middle of the church that the rest of the party had to combat with at the same time. Eventually, after a long and grueling battle and Paige getting very thoroughly nommed on by Kliff, Paint was able to finally triumph against their patron, and rather than casting them away in absolute hatred, they embraced them and gave them the love and forgiveness that the spirit truly needed in the end. As they began to transition from that point, Paint found themselves embraced by a angelic being of silver and fire, possibly an angel of the Silver Flame, who called herself the Hearth Mother, and she helped Kliff's spirit transition to the next life as he did one last tearful goodbye to Paint and asked for forgiveness for all that he had done, and that he hoped that Paint found some happiness in this life, and that Paint wouldn't stop loving Kliff's family, even though Kliff would no longer be there. And with that, Paint then found solace in the angel's arms and eventually struck a new bargain to help spread hope and guide the lost and the weary back home once again, and now has a new angelic patron in the form of what Reinin Yen referred to as Hestelia, the Hearth Mother. And with that, Paint popped back into reality. Party caught back up. They were then forced to clean up the mess that had occurred inside of the temple from the absolute destructive battle inside of it. Finally, after hours of toil, and more than a bit of shipping, the party made it back to the house and went to bed for a very well-deserved rest. While asleep, Paint got the first good night's sleep in 20 years, which was good for them because the rest of the party was woken up in a dreamscape as a strange being calling herself the Daughter offered them a job opportunity in Sharn, the city of towers in Breland, where our two kitties are actually from. Specifically, she gave them an offer for 1,000 gold each if they help her child, a man known as LD, who Cess identified as a crime lord in Sharn, with a task of utmost importance to him. The party eventually reluctantly accepted, and also accepted some of the most delicious cookies that have ever existed in the history of cookies, before waking up the next morning with those cookies manifesting next to them for further munching purposes, proceeded to talk to the rest of the party about this spontaneous job offer that occurred while they were sleeping, and the fact that Cess was a bit of a criminal enforcer before she joined the party, and they were told that they have a series of train tickets to Sharn that are set to depart later that evening. And so the party is now, getting ready for their last few /8 hours inside of Greywall before they head out on their next big adventure. And so with that, I think we're about ready to start. I have one last announcement, and that is this Saturday is my birthday! Yay! That's it.
Yay! Your
Happy
birthday! Happy birthday!
Your
Happy
girl
birthday.
is becoming milfier by the day, turning 34.
Happy birthday to you.
She's reaching critical mass. Someone stop her.
Yeah. It's just going into
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I'm gonna turn into
Vicky won't
Super
be able to
Saiyan
be
MILF.
Super Saiyan milk.
Instead of like getting like bigger and stronger, my boobs just get more opie.
I'm fucking terrified.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
Yep, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
I don't
And-
think we get an option on whether or not we embrace it in January.
Yes, I will swaddle all of you.
Hey, yo.
And with that, we begin our session, truly. Specifically, we're going to start off with each of them has a couple of tasks they want to knock out in Greywall before they depart. And so first off, Cess, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go quickly, realizing that, wait a minute, I thought I had a few weeks to get these done. I got a couple hours. I'm gonna run over to Oathgold
Okay.
to finish my list of things I want to have for everybody.
Okay. Oathgold is busy inscribing into some like golden chalices and stuff, some dwarven runes, and he takes off a set of like zoomy spectacles, like it's like got multiple spectacles lined up next to each other, to zoom in, and he lifts them up, look at you, and says in Dwarvish, "Oh, welcome back."
Yeah, it's listen, I gotta head to. Turns out me and my gang are heading back to Sharn faster than expected, so I need to finish a few crafts faster than I thought. Sorry to rush and craft, but since I'm going back to Sharn, is there anything you want me to tell my coach? Anything you want me to pass along?
Oh, I don't know your coach. I just know of him and the legends around him. But I think just telling him that you were using my smithy, I think will be enough. It's enough of an honor in its own right.
Anna. All right, whatever. I'll tell him. But yeah, I'll hurry up and get out of your hair here. And she says immediately, just gets to work. Like you just hear like the fucking NG from TF2 wrench whacking noise on a repeat.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
And so you start crafting away as the bar goes across the screen, filling up. And while that's happening, we'll pass it over to Paint. Paint, what would you like to do?
Well, before we left, I spent the morning go ahead and writing a letter, and then before the train would actually go and set off earlier this evening, I decided to go to the market in town today and look around and look for any toys.
Okay. Yep, you can send the letter to the House de Civis messaging station when you guys go to the international area for your train ride. But while you're in the market, you do see that there are several toys. There's small like wooden figures of various animals and like creatures about. There's also some little dollies. Being from the City of Passage and basically the industrialized world as a whole, all of these toys seem very handmade and rudimentary by comparison to some of the things that like House Decaneth can be able to create through their artifice and their various licensed mage rights. But they are, they're cute in their own various artisanal ways. And you find like a surprising amount of dolls of 3 people that you actually know fairly intimately at this point, which is the 3 champions of Greywall is what they're called. Lady Cryotrixia, your favorite Lamia Snake Mommy. Secondly, Captain Lilith Venomspite, everybody's favorite tiefling captain of the guards. And the final one is High Priestess Hecate of the Dark Six, the Medusa herself. And so there's lots of very cute kinds of artisanal dolls of them all about the place. And you see, kids running around with them and stuff like that.
I will get those 3 dolls. 4 alternate outfits for all of them. A few wooden animals. And we will ask for all of them to be gift wrapped into one single package.
Of course. It'll be our pleasure. Thank you for your patronage. They will wrap them up in some little, like, basically dyed cloth, because they don't really use wrapping paper in this part of the world. But it is some very colorful cloth that they will wrap everything up individually and then all together.
Thank you. And as I take that package, I also take the letter and I take it to the nearest House of Passage, I think, is the people that do mail.
It's House Civis. They're the messaging house. They're right next to the train station.
Okay. When time comes, I'll go ahead and see about delivering that letter along with the package.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so that's paint. Jubilee.
Jubilee.
As you are getting your things packed and stuff, you'll be moving about the house at one point, and you see sitting on the back porch, you see a little chubby kitty staring at you from your door.
Hello? And she's just gonna open up the back door and kind of look around left, right. Any sign of a owner, a person that cat belongs to?
The cat is a black cat, and with a white patch on its chest, and as it looks up at you, you see it has these brilliant violet eyes. And as it starts cat sauntering forward, you see its shoulders twitch a little bit, and you see that it has a pair of wings that are like stretching a little bit as it's walking towards you, and it just goes meow, meow, meow.
Oh, hello. And I'll sort of reach down and try to give it little head scritches.
It purrs enthusiastically to your scritches and kind of wraps itself around one of your legs.
Oh, you're awfully friendly. Are you lost? And by the have I ever seen anything like this little?
Yeah. Now you got a closer look on how it moves and everything. This is most likely a tresium, which is they're kind of rare in Eberron, but like really generally like high-end rich people will have them as pets, as well as some wizards and spellcasters take them as familiars. They're basically semi-intelligent flying cats. They're smarter than your average cat, and it looks up to you and just kind of nuzzles its head against your leg.
Oh, gosh. I'm just gonna quick pick it up awkwardly because I've never had a pet before. I don't know what I'm doing. And just again poke my head out, looking around, see if there's anyone actively looking distressed because they've lost their rare pet.
Nope. The cat looks very chill as you hold it up. I imagine holding it where it's like right below its arms in full, in full long boy, and it just kind of gives you just a content kitty face, and then it'll move one of its paws and gently boop you on the nose.
Oh my goodness. You're so cute and you're so fluffy. You're very cute, but I'm sure your owner misses you. You should probably run along now. And she's gonna put it down and kind of gently shoo it away.
It'll shake its head at you, and it'll start flapping its wings, and it's going to land on your shoulder.
Okay. Oh dear. All right. Well, I guess we'll sort. I don't really have time to help you find your owner. I guess we'll sort this out later. Okay. She'll just walk back in, and just with this cat perched on her shoulder. And is anyone else in the house right here?
Yeah. While you're in the house, presumably, Paige and Sylvana and like Lily and your servants and stuff will be about just doing various activities, getting their own stuff packed and cleaning up lunch and everything.
She'd probably go seek out either Paige or Sylvana to inquire as to what to do about this.
All right, Paige.
Gosh. Yeah, she's probably just about finished helping put away the dishes when she notices Jubilee walk in and kind of tilt her head a little when she sees what you have. Like, um, a, a new friend?
I guess so. He was on the back porch, and kind of just kind of perched himself here and took a shine to me. I guess I didn't see any owner, or I don't see like a collar or anything. I don't. Have you ever seen one of these before? Do you know how to take care of them or what to do? I'm a little frazzled by this.
Meow.
Well, I'm not particularly a pet person, she says as her ears kind of wiggle a little.
You also know what a tressium is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am aware of what they are, but it certainly seems to have taken a liking to you. Normally, they're actually pretty hard to get so personable with. So I'm surprised it attached to you so quickly. Are you sure you've never met one before?
No, I've sort of similar. We never had pets before. We never had to take care of one, so I'm not quite sure why this one seems to like me so much. It just kind of showed up.
Oh, well, maybe it's hungry. It usually if it's calling for someone, it's I'm sure we have some leftovers if you want to see if we can feed
Yeah, we
him.
could. Yeah, let's see if he's hungry. I say he. I don't know if it's a he. I shouldn't assume.
If you check, is in fact male.
Oh, check.
Paige will come over. I can check for you if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. I'll go get it something to eat.
Okay. Um, is it alright if she holds?
The cat will kind of look at you very levelly
Looks back.
as you check it.
Like,
And you see it. You would swear if it was possible for a cat to do this, cat fucking raised an eyebrow at you as you were looking at its genitals.
like puts it kind of at arm's length. Like I'm so sorry. It was not anything personal. I swear.
Meow.
And I guess I'll just rummage the kitchen and find it like a little. I don't know what all we have in our kitchen, but I'm looking for like little like slices of meat or something to feed it.
After being held and examined by Paige in vivid detail, the cat will, as you come bringing over like a plate of meat, the cat will kind of jostle its way out of Paige's hands and flutter across the room to land near the meats and start nomming. You know how fucking loud cats eat.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes, with their
Well-
mouth wide open.
I guess he was hungry.
Do you intend to keep them?
Oh God, I don't know. We don't really have the time or really the space for an animal. I mean, we're about to leave. It feels wrong to sort of just keep it here cooped up after we just let it in.
Yes, I would hate for Lily to have more responsibilities.
Oh God, I know. She already does so much around the house.
Well, we can certainly try to take it with us, and on the way to the train, we can check and see if maybe there's someone that's missing, or maybe there's I don't suppose there's places where they keep strays at.
I don't know. It's just this is a pretty uncommon pet. You'd think someone would be looking for it.
They are very rare. I'd almost be a little concerned just to because someone might just say it's theirs and not actually be.
It's true. I didn't really look before. I said in character there's no collar, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. Can I just like sort of take a brief glance over the cat, see if there are any identification markings on it?
There is not.
Okay.
There is no identification markings. What's it called? Paige will know that it is odd for Tressium to have purple eyes. That's not normally a color cat eyes come in for these things.
It is very unique.
Well,
I don't know if this will help any, but could I do detect magic on it?
Sure, you can spend a couple minutes doing your detect magic process.
Yeah, just to see if anything pops, or maybe there's like a like a magical chip or something.
That would be a very Eberron thing to have for pets, is like a magical fucking tracking device.
Yes. So
well, the creature is definitely very magical.
Mhm.
As you look at it, it is incredibly magical. But there doesn't appear to be any tracking devices on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not particularly sure. No indicators or anything like that. Like I said, it might not hurt to bring it along just a little bit, and maybe someone will come looking.
yeah, I guess we could hang on to it for now. I'd rather know it's taken care of till we figure out where he belongs.
Right. And I mean, it's certainly taken a liking to you, so
I guess he has, yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
You look over and it has eaten a hole in the pile of meats and is looking at you like, why did you my food is empty.
like, oh, I think his food is done.
He left an awful lot on the plate. Are you sure?
I don't see too much.
Jubilee is gonna take some of the meat and like rip it up into smaller pieces and then put it back in the bowl.
The cat begins eating loudly again.
Oh, okay. Oh, that you brought it back so fast.
Oh my god! I don't know, maybe the pieces were too big or something. He was having trouble eating them. I don't know.
That could be the case, yes.
Well, I guess we have another cat to the group.
The cat looks up with a big kitty smile.
Oh, he is very cute though. Give him little head scritches again.
Paige's ears go back.
This is a highly personal activity amongst cat shifters.
So scandalous.
But he purrs
not
enthusiastically.
Is that not the right thing to do? I don't know how to take care of a cat.
Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, it's just not everyone just goes around scratching, other cats.
Oh, is that a bit too forward?
I mean, if you're into that, I mean, I don't know. I'm I have to go tie my shoes over there. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, Paige.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
This page scampers away.
I go back to amend my my actions. Instead of like scritching the top of his head, I just awkwardly pat the top of his head.
It looks at you kind of confused and then starts headbutting you. And it'll then flap back onto your shoulder and just kind of curl up around your head. Like behind it.
So cute.
Is there anything else you want to do, Jubilee? This cat is now just kind of hanging out on your shoulders until you do otherwise.
You know, yeah, Jubilee had just one little thing that she wanted to do. And she also wanted to compose a letter. Okay. But sort of with it at a place where she could have privacy from housemates.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably going to venture out briefly, probably to the cafe that she and Paige went to, sit down, have a cup of coffee, and write her letter real quick before going.
Okay. Yeah, the cat will just chill out next to you as you scribble down your thoughts. And at one point, it will take its paw and put it in the ink and do a little paw print on the letter.
Oh no. Okay, well,
and then just look up at you.
That's fine. That'll just be one more question he can ask me about later. It's okay. Awkwardly pat the top of his head again.
The cat purrs enthusiastically.
Okay, I'm glad you're happy. Wait for the ink to dry, seal it up, and I will return.
All right, yeah, with that, we will pass it back over to Cess. Cess, you've spent much of the afternoon working away at the forge. You've gotten some creations made. What do you do?
I got a bit of free time before I gotta go home, so I'm gonna go over to the Church of the Silver Flame and see if Lady Ray's doing another soup kitchen, food bank, charity. Words.
Yeah, as you're heading over there, you see her with like a couple bags full of stuff and like a folding table under an arm as she is clanking down the street towards the monster part of Greywell, scowling as is tradition.
I march over to her to help her carry the stuff down to maybe lighten the weight on that scowl.
Oh, it's you again.
Hey there, Lady Ray. Everything all right?
Yes, sire. Despite the lack of sleep that I got, I'm doing my rounds to see if I can offer some solace and nourishment to the people of that town.
Any consolation? I slept like a rock after. Here, let me take some of this off your hands.
Her one organic eye just glares at you deeper.
I am now immune to the glare. She a friend.
And she'll just kind of throw some bags of stuff at you to carry.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll keep moving.
Let me go. Yeah, I walk with her silently until we go and set up the tables.
Yep.
With our seats.
She'll set up shop in one of the squares of Greywell, as is tradition. She is being constantly watched by various agents of the Temple of the Dark Six, but people begin to gather around as they usually do. She gets like the various stews and breads and stuff ready and water, and you do see some of the some goblin children kind of looking at her and saying things to themselves. You speak Goblin, so you know they're kind of being like, "Oh, it's the unwanted one." And
Kind of snickers here and that, but
yeah, and they just kind of look at her with like it's like a cross between fear and also like
disdain.
disdain. Yeah. But she seems to be ignoring this as she is getting everything ready.
I help her finish things getting ready, and then I'm assuming we take our seats,
Yeah.
help ourselves to a bowl of stew each while we wait for people to come over, I guess.
Yep.
As I'm like using the bread and dipping into my stew, and I make like the most like clearly like this is good food face possible to try to get people to come.
Yeah. As they see you guys eating from it and stuff, eventually the soldiers of the Six will kind of give you a nod, Cess, and they will, kind of slink back behind the crowd. And with that, some gnolls and some shifters come up and basically start getting some of the food, but no goblinoids will actually approach the table.
Yeah, that's fine. More for us. Anyways, Lady Ray, these sorts of things, I'm gonna have to put a pin on this sort of thing for a while, okay? Heading back to Sharn tonight.
No. Leaving already?
I'll be back. It's just for a job. Don't worry, you ain't getting me out of your hair anytime soon.
Oh no, I was going to thank the flame that I would have some peace and quiet for however long you're gone.
Oh, come on, Ray. You really think all these people are just gonna come by for food? You're gonna build up more trust, and then you're gonna form a community of people who will come in and ask you to help them and teach them about your religion and so on and so forth, what you came here to do.
Kind of grunts.
Yeah, take that compliment. Speaking of the Silver Flame, you remember when I first came into your church, how I told you about or mentioned something akin to my past dealings with your religion?
Yes, I recall.
I listen, I'm going back to Sharn, and I'm probably gonna have to run into those assholes again. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bash on your religion, and after meeting you, I know there's good folk behind it, and I hope that maybe my home is just the one fucked up place where that religion is just used as an excuse to do awful things. But listen, I just want to apologize that if something happens, it isn't because I dislike you or because I dislike your religion or it's because I dislike the people who hide behind it and use it to hurt people as an excuse. Okay?
I understand your framing of the situation. I will not take it personally. However, I understand that not every follower of the flame is as progressive as I am. As she hands stew to some shifter kids and some more aged shifters, gray around the muzzle. And she goes, but I assure you that the flame is benevolent, and it does seek to light up everyone's lives and drive away the darkness.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but gods, deities, religious symbols, that's great. And I know at the end of the day, they're probably doing something good, I hope. But down in the day-to-day life, the day-to-day interactions, they can't help with that. And they aren't going to be able to pass judgment on every two-bit asshole who thinks just because he's trodden around in a silver flame gob that he could, pick on some lowly shifter kids or commit a crime or two in the name of their deity or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. Listen, did you ever do any work with any sects in Sharn? Did you know any priests there? Because I can't imagine anyone who thinks like that being kind to you.
I'm not intimately acquainted with the priesthoods in Sharn. When I've actually never been to Sharn, and during the war I was serving the army in Thrain as a Templar, and so we were at war with Brayland, and so it's not like I had a lot of chances to converse with the Braylish Templar.
I just, did you ever have to deal with, any, God forbid, any form of discrimination? If you think it's unusual for me, a shifter, to be talking to you, I mean, it's kind of unusual for me to see no offense, a hobgoblin as a Silver Flame member. I've, to be honest, back in China, I've only ever seen mainly human participants. Kinda, I'm sad to admit, it was mainly morbid curiosity that made me get invested in you. Although now I assure you it is simply because I genuinely like you.
She kind of gets real quiet as she looks at the crowd, and you notice her looking at the goblin kids, and she goes, "The only discrimination I ever feel is the fact that I am very much alone. The flame has always been my life. It's the only community I've ever had. And community means everything to a goblinoid. It's the very core of what they are. Everything derives from it, everything returns back to it. But the only one I ever had was the flame."
Community, huh? I can get behind how important that is. It's a big thing in my culture too. I don't know. Meeting you, maybe it's given me some form of hope that things won't be rough when I get back, but listen, if I come back and I look as grumpy as I did day one, it's not because of you, okay?
I wouldn't be there. Why would it be because of me?
I don't know. I looks up at the Silver Flame iconography. She looks up at the iconography of the Silver Flame, and she sort of grips her right arm a little tighter. Just some things that I see. It's sort of like a gut reaction. That's all.
She'll pause for a moment and look at you, not glaring for once. Her one organic eye and the gem plate of her other eye looking at you, and she just goes, "You are from a place where the world is very, very small. But I assure you, it does not matter religion, country, or creed. There will always be those who use it against those they deem undesirable or those that are weaker than them. I'm sure you can understand the core of that concept. So, all I'm saying is, not everyone is like that. And in time, hopefully, that will no longer be the case."
Hopefully, huh? Alright. I can settle for that. But if you do hear a warning that a cat shift has punched a silver frame priest, I promise you it is with good reason, okay? She says, packing up another meal for some people who've approached the table.
Otherwise, I can always find more work for you and your miscreant friends.
We'll be looking forward to it when we get back, Ray, okay?
She grunts.
And with that, when things die down and Says finishes packing her stuff up, she'll say goodbye to Ray and head back home.
Okay. As you pack up and head home. Paige, anything you want to do before the rest of the party meets up again?
Nothing in particular. So she's just feeling all antsy about going back to Sharn, so.
Yeah, in game time, it's been about a month, a bit over a month since the campaign began and you all left Sharn in the first place, so.
Yeah.
It's weird to think you've been gone so long.
Goodness, yeah. She's probably going to be spending most of the time just trying to brush up on her studies, making sure she hasn't really missed anything if they end up going back to the college, so.
Okay, sounds good. All right, with that, the everybody will meet up. Paint and Cess, you see that Jubilee has a winged kitty about her person at most times.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Wait, are both me and Paint back?
Yeah, everybody is back.
What the fuck is that?
I make a tiny little illusion of a cat toy and start to, like, play with the winged cat.
Yeah, this is a new friend, I suppose.
They are absolutely adorable is what they are.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
What is their name?
The cat nods approvingly at Paint.
I don't know. He didn't have like a call or anything. Just kind of showed up on the back porch.
What is your
I
name,
guess-
Sir Mousy Lat?
Meow.
Indeed.
Meow.
Oh, there you have it.
I didn't quite get that. I guess we'll figure out what his name is down the line. I'm trying to find his owner. But
It puts its paw on your hand.
but
You have
he
been
seems
chosen.
he seems rather attached.
You have been chosen. You are the new owner now. Our friend. It's
Is that
less
how
of
the-
an ownership and more of just a companionship.
Oh, is that how this works?
Have you established the alpha?
She did scratch his head.
Oh, Paige, did you teach her that?
I didn't.
Okay, well,
I
listen,
say
heads-
that we call them McFluffen.
I think we'll get the name done first, and then I'll give in my little tutorial after.
Cat looks disgusted at that name.
No? How
Juby, you better
about-
give it the names?
How about Talon? Do you like Talon? You got the wings, you got the claws, yes?
Juby, you better give it a name before it scratches Paint's eyes
Oh
out.
gosh, I don't know what I don't know if I should be the one to name. I haven't known him for very long.
The cat looks at you very expectantly as
Oh,
it stares
gosh.
up at you with those big purple eyes.
Oh gosh, all the names I can think of are really feminine, and you're a boy cat, and it's
The cat
What's wrong with
shrugs.
giving a boy cat
The cat
girl names?
shrugs.
well gosh, it's just he's got such pretty purple eyes. I feel like the name should be something like that, like I don't know, like Violet or Amethyst or
Grape.
Grape.
I like grape.
The cat shakes its head. The cat shakes its head very exasperatedly at this.
Sorry, I don't speak cat, so I can't really help.
I think I could, but I'm gonna hold off. Juby, it has chosen you. Like Paint said, it's gotta be you. She points at you. Also, hurry
Alright.
up. We gotta finish the scene so I could give you guys shit.
Oh, okay. I'll think about a name. How about that? I'll try to come up with something real nice that you'll like. Okay.
The cat rolls its eyes and shrugs.
All right. I'll get to work on that. In the meantime, DM, is this the place where I would drop off my
No,
letters?
When you guys leave the house to go to the train that night, you can drop them off at House de Civis.
Okay.
So you haven't decided on a name yet, then, yeah?
I'll think about it. I want it to be a good one.
Established the pecking order yet.
I guess I didn't think about it.
Listen.
I did scratch his head. He seemed to like that.
Okay, well, you can't just settle for head scratches. It's gonna think that you just a head scratcher. You know, you're a reward giver, not a reward controller. All right, I'm gonna do this to you, so because I don't want to accidentally tame your pet. You know, like
Cat glares at Cess.
Yeah, see. Allow me to demonstrate. And actually, wait. You know what? Cecil looks at the camera. Twitch chat. What do you think would be funnier? Sylvana and Paige doing something, or Cez and Jubilee doing something? I will wait the 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Jubilee, says the Jubilee. Go, go, go.
It's that classic Twitch delay. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
it's okay. The cat is just going to be, just glares at Cess. It's accepted. Paint's kind of a doofus, and is
Alright.
Just kind of glaring at you as it's got its one paw territorially on Jubilee's hand.
Alright, listen, I learned this from Bobby Ferguson down the street when he had trouble taming his pet dog, and also from how I keep Paige calm when she gets mad that there's no dessert. So, alright, first off, you establish dominance, and I walk up to Jubilee, and I'm like half a foot taller than her, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And she like says approaches and like looks down at you and just says, "I'm bigger." All right, look at me.
Yeah. Okay.
And says takes one hand and places it under your chin, and then uses one thumb to rub against your cheek, and then uses her other hand on your other face cheek, and rubs like that in circles.
She's going very dark pink and just is very awkwardly stiff.
As this musky cat is feeling up your face authoritatively to establish dominance, just making that clear.
Yes, this is not a cute face cuddle scene. Absolutely not. All right, listen.
Your eyes.
Sylvana, take notes. Listen, when Paige doesn't get a dessert, you just, you pat a face like this to calm it down. Ain't you too? You might need this in the future. It's a very useful tool for dominance, and maybe definitely not romance. Anyways,
Sylvana blushes quite brightly.
Why are you all blushing? It's not that bad. Oh right, I'm talking to y'all. Oh.
I'm pretty sure this cat is already pretty tamed.
Alright, Juby, now you do it to the cat, okay? And says, pulls back as if like a second too soon.
Okay, I'll give it a try, and, is he still, like, perched on my shoulder?
Yep.
Okay. I'll sort of take him off, awkward arm, like, hands under the arms, long boy holding,
He
but
looks up at
reach
you.
up with my thumbs and, like, rub his little cheeks.
Kind of moves his head about and kind of nuzzles against your thumbs.
Oh, well, he doesn't seem to mind that at all.
Yeah, now he knows you control when the touching comes, alright?
That's all it
say in
takes?
this relationship. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's how it works.
The cat looks
Jubilee.
left to right, like shifty eyes.
I'd pull out the cat toy again.
What if I call him something regal, like he's got a very, proud position, something, and, purple is the color of royalty, so maybe something like Majesty or,
King?
King or
Dalton?
I was about to say we're going
Griffin?
full owl house, having the small creature go king.
Sewer King?
Sewer king.
Rats are just poking out of his pelt. Wait, Juby, while you think
Well, if you're the one supposed to be in charge, then he can't be the king. How about Prince instead?
Prince! What do you
Cat's
think of
eyes
that?
sparkle as it looks up at you at that, as you're still holding it long, boy.
Oh, yes.
He's long.
Oh, okay, I like Prince. Do you like Prince?
Meow.
Oh, all right, we'll call him Prince. Well, at least until we, if someone else comes and claims him, then we'll figure all that out.
And
But
he'll be the cat formerly known as Prince.
yes.
Oh my fucking god.
I have to thank Lily for that, for typing Purple Rain into chat.
Got him.
Welcome to the team, Prince.
Meow.
Wait, is
And
Prince
I'll-
coming back with us?
Meow.
Yeah, I guess maybe if that's all right. I'd hate to leave him at the house. Lily's already got so much to do. I don't want to put another thing on her plate.
Since this is a contract from the... Oh god, we don't have... Well, I mean, we do have a place to stay in Sharn.
Look at its face. Look how adorable it is. You're saying that we have to leave this behind? No! We're taking Prince with us everywhere.
Meow.
Says
Because
absolutely... Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
go
cute
ahead.
cat and all, but no, it's okay.
We have I guess we could make a spare pet bowl and a litter box out of newspaper scraps back home.
Meow.
We certainly have the space, at least.
Space in our apartment. I just we'll figure it out. Oh yeah. So assuming we're not spending money at a Golden Dragon Inn, we'll probably be staying in our apartment. It's
Is that okay? We can find accommodations. I don't want to impose, especially now that I've got a extra critter.
we should at least look. Simply because if you guys are going to be staying in Sharn and living in accommodations near us, probably will be in the lower levels, and I don't want either of you to get mugged.
I mean, if we're all together, it should
DM.
be fine. I would hate for them to have to pay for something while they're there.
Yeah.
Yes,
DM.
Litro?
Because I'm part of the Deorian family, would I know of a place where I can stay for free that my family owns?
Yeah,
Or
you
we can
can
all
stay
go?
for free. You always can find a place to stay for free. That has if you're in civilization, you can find a place to stay for free.
Can I get my friends to come along, or do they have to pay?
Yeah, your friends do not get your background benefit for being a house agent.
Out of character, y'all are absolutely staying in their fucking Manhattan studio-sized apartment. Or, well, I say like Manhattan studio-sized isn't like it's tiny.
Thankfully, you have a cat now for all the rats in your walls.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, now that the cat thing is taken care of, and then Sez walks up to a table and just fucking slams a bag of shit on it. There's a lot of clattering noise. I got you all. I made you all stuff, okay? Dwarven made, handcrafted. Okay. I'm gonna put the list in the Discord.
I put the list into the Discord. This is Sess talking.
To describe for the chat, for Paige, there is a handcrafted dagger, small, easily concealed, or maybe a garter belt on the side.
Oh,
The handling has some engravings on it in Dwarvish, and a small bag of ball bearings, 1,000 to be specific. So if you wanted to play a prank or something, or deny a specific square of space, there's that. For Kliff, there's a short bow with 20 accompanying arrows, another Dwarvish inscription on the bow carved into the wood. It's got a very unique counterbalance weight. That's also sharpened at the end, so if he's really in danger, he could stab someone with it, I guess. And a bag of caltrops.
Oh, I'm very appreciative of this. However, I kind
I
of just
know.
hold out my hand, and a bow of light just appears there.
I know you got your magic. There's gonna be times. Listen, I don't know if we're gonna have to deal with it, but we fought some pretty nasty folks, and even before this, in the pit, I found people that were really good at looking at magic and ignoring it. And listen, when that happens to us, because it probably will, I don't want me and
This
Jubilee to be
isn't magic. This is... Well, here, and I hand the bow over to them.
Does it stay when after you've created it?
Yes.
I mean,
Like, I know you can use it, but I didn't know you could like hand it to other people.
Yeah, I can hand it to other people, and I can
what's
like
the
summon
spell?
it back
It's
to
the
my
warlock packs the blade.
Ah, okay. I mean, that's like, that's out of character. Regardless of the source of magic, I think anti-magic sources cancel it out, god or not.
Yeah,
so,
it would still be
paladins
magic,
and wizards
yeah.
be damned.
hand. No, it's not.
It's a little more iffy
Basically,
with
what it
warlocks.
does, it takes a weapon that's there and it turns it into a magical weapon. But the weapon is still there, and I can just summon it to my hand whenever I want.
It's a little more iffy because of the whole like summoning it where you want. I've seen really creative DMs find ways to punish it. And listen, you don't have to use it. That's fine. It is just there as an emergency option. All right. It's like how I gave Cez a crossbow. Do I expect her to use a crossbow? Absolutely not. But if her magic ain't working, if something's in the way, or if her own unique magical weapon that she pulled out of her wazoo disappeared, she's got it. Oh, speaking of weapons, and then somehow like the bag looks very small, but Cez keeps pulling it like a shaft out, and it keeps coming out like those like clown bags that like a clown car. And she pulls out a massive glaive with an engraving right at like where the shaft meets the blade, and then tosses it over to Jubilee.
Oh,
You should be able to fold that if you don't want to use it. I know you're fond of that shield, but and you've got your own range thing going on. But if you I've seen other people use things like that really well to stop me from going places. So if you ever end up deciding you want to do that, that's an option. Oh, and also, like she handed Paige a bag of ball bearings. She handed Kliff a bag of caltrops. Jubilee, here are 10 flasks of oil.
oh, wow.
I did not craft these. I did, however, sort of modify the bottles so that you could toss the ropes. Like there's a little hoop where you can just like quickly yeet the bottles.
Are you encouraging me to catch things on fire now?
Last time was an accident. If it's on purpose, I'd imagine we'd have an easier time of dealing with it.
All right. Listen, sis, this is really nice of you. I've never used a two-handed weapon very often. I have some training, but this will be really nice for situations when I need a little extra reach. So thank you. It's real thoughtful.
Yeah, no worries. Well, they're all one of a kind, so don't lose them, all right?
I promise.
Okay.
Of course not. Thank you, Cez.
And for myself, Cez pulls out a grappling hook and a crowbar.
Grappling hook.
That should be very useful in the City of Towers, I assume.
Oh, yeah, let's not talk about my criminal history and just say it's useful. Alright, cool. Man, I wonder what the barbarian's gonna do with a grappling hook and crowbar. The barbarian's thieves' tools. Alright, well that's all I got. Does anybody have anything else, or are we shoving off?
Yeah, anything else before you head to the train station and drop your letters off?
Well,
LePage?
No, I think we're all good to go. Just, the nerves are getting to me a little bit, so. But I'm excited to be home.
Yeah. Oh, Paige, since we're going home, we should probably tell them some stuff. Do you want to do that here or on the train?
Probably I think on the train might be best.
Okay, good. Because I am not internally prepared yet, but I probably should.
Um, you don't have to say anything if it makes you uncomfortable.
We should, because one, you have all risked your lives with us. It's the least we could, express. Secondly, when we go home, the neighborhood aunties, the neighborhood women, absolutely, they're gossip. They won't even gossip. They'll just walk up and say this stuff, and you will hear it. And it's best that you know what they're talking about instead of being confused. Okay.
All right. I guess in time, whenever you're ready.
I mean, I'm speaking for Paint, but I mean, he and I grew up surrounded by other people's gossip, so whatever it is you have to say, I'm sure we've heard it before. Or something similar.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not like rich person drama gossip. Like, they're nice people, they don't do gossip like, oh, so and so's son is cheating on his girlfriend with so and so's daughter. But, they're a lot more blunt. Like, how do you think I became so curt? And straightforward. It's because they were, and they will be blunt and straightforward too, and ask us that stuff, and it's gonna be very awkward if you don't know what they're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, post office, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess we grab our things and head out.
Okay. Lily, you got the run of the place?
Lily comes scampering from the basement. And she gets up and she bows deeply and she goes, yes, everything should be under control. I'll keep these misfits in line and make sure the house is okay upon your return.
Alright, Cez is going to scruffle Lily's hair and say, yeah, that's my favorite caretaker.
Oh.
Be counting on you when we get back. Oh, and Magnolia!
Yes.
Looks over at Paint, looks over at Magnolia. Or not Paint, but like out of character. Cez has been looking at Paint a lot more favorably than how she did when she knew Kliff. But she looks back at Magnolia thinking of Kliff and goes, by the time we get back, me and your sister want you to develop a better sense of taste, okay?
What?
Jubilee's just covering her mouth. Oh my god, did you just say that?
The cat goes, meow.
A page left some books here for you to read. If not, you and I can maybe see about it, alright?
I believe you have a train to catch around now.
Love you too, Maggie. Alright, let's go.
Stay
Also,
safe,
Julia, please
Jubilee.
stay out of my room. I have
Julia.
a surprise for you that's not ready yet. Goodbye.
Alright. You all head off to the train station. You drop your letters off at the House Civis messaging center.
You
And
have a letter you wish to mail too.
what?
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're both going there.
yeah, just a little something to send home. That's all.
Yeah, same here. Jostled the large package of toys with a small letter on top.
I assume that's for your siblings.
Telling my parents what we've been up to recently. Leaving
Everything?
some details out for now.
Hmm.
Some things I wish to tell them in person.
I
As
think
well
that's-
as getting my siblings something to distract themselves until we can meet again.
That's real nice of you, Paint. And yes, you're right. There are some things that are better told in person, but for me, unfortunately, a letter is gonna have to do. So,
May I pry?
I suppose, this is going to my former employer, so.
Oh. I haven't actually seen you with them for quite some time.
Yeah, I just wanted to let him know how I'm doing. Just that I'm okay. That's all.
Well, like I said before, I am sure they are proud that you are expanding your horizons with your work.
I hope so.
I know we are eternally grateful for your aid.
Thanks. It's just you spend so long with someone and you can't help but worry about them once you're away, so I know it's silly because it's just someone I worked for, but
No. I get it entirely.
yeah. Well, I'm not expecting a response, so and she'll just kind of shove the letter in the mailbox.
I don't know. Those little princesses that you used to guard were quite the fans of yours. I'm sure they'd be excited for any letter you give them. Let's go continue making a name for yourself. So that when you do meet again in person, you can tell them all the wonderful tales of you as a hero. You even got a little sidekick, as I point to, wiggle my little finger at Prince.
Meow.
Yeah, he'll get a real kick out of that, so.
Meow. And nuzzles against you.
Thank you, Prince.
Meow.
I must say, it's almost like you're a pussy magnet.
God.
As I continue mailing my letter.
The gnome behind the counter.
Sneezes outside.
Please.
Unfortunately, that joke goes right over her head. She's like, "This is the only cat I've found."
Thank you for your patronage. We will be sure to send these along. As it kind of pushes up his spectacles looking at paint.
Just gives a smirking smile. Thank you.
Well, let's head on back. We got a train to catch.
Indeed.
Okay. As you all head back to the train, you can start. Once you get there, the ticket taker indicates that you are all in first class tickets. So this isn't surprising for Paint, of course, but for the rest of you, you get to be in first class this time for the, I guess, if you're not counting the quest experience of being on a train, this is the second real time you guys will just be chilling on a train for Cess and Paige.
I promise I won't order all the food like we did last time.
Oh yeah, we don't have. Wait, do these tickets cover a meal?
First class tickets cover everything.
Oh yeah, we could do it. We could order everything that we liked last time. Circle them out. Oh, and cross all the desserts. Well, I mean, except for you, Paige. Because Paint doesn't like them.
Oh, I would like to try those little round things that Paint had last time.
The macaroons, or the macaroons.
Mm-hmm.
I could kill for a good egg bun right now.
That's the
Are
thing
we-
is that everything tasted so good.
Yeah, we could order it again. It's covered. See, it was totally worth taking that deal already. And says breathes triumphantly. This is totally not gonna backfire in any way, shape, or form.
Alright. As you guys start to get onto the train, you notice that, like, as you're stepping on, Sylvana kind of, like, freezes up as she's got her hand extended towards the, like, the railing to pull herself up. And you see her start hyperventilating.
Paige is immediately gonna go to her side.
And she appears to be, like, hyperventilating and sweating profusely, and you notice that she's, like, hyperventilating and crying as she's, like, trying to extend out, because it was only a few days ago that she got on a train and her father was brutally murdered in front of her.
Gonna go ahead and take both of her hands into her own, and if you'd like to stay at the house, you can. We're not forcing you to come along.
Her vision becomes a bit less glassy as she looks down at you, and she's trying to get a hold of her breath again. I'm sorry.
No, you have nothing to apologize for.
It all seemed so much easier conceptually.
Right.
We can see about working on another form of transportation if needed.
No. I'm not staying. I'm going to come with you. I promised you I'd do everything I could to keep you safe, and it'll take me a little bit to process everything.
Paige, go ahead and hold her hand. It will help comfort her as you guide her on. Try closing your eyes and picturing yourself somewhere else. It might help.
And Sylvana, we're here to protect you too. And we're not going anywhere.
Kind of looks up and pleadingly at everybody, and then lets herself get guided forward. Then we're all in agreement.
If you're okay with us, if we ever need to stop, just let us know.
Kind of slowly nods as she will grip your hand a little tighter in her gloves.
Go ahead and give her a squeeze and lead her to the little area to sit down.
Okay. And with that, everybody is able to get aboard the train. You get to feel that the beginning of that static electrical kind of charge going over your skin as the elemental plates begin igniting. The whistles start going off, which is thankfully very sound dampened in the first class car. And you begin feeling that nice fluid zoom as the train leaves Greywall. And you guys have a day and a half of a train ride before you arrive in Sharn. Sylvana stays kind of quiet for at least like the first night and stuff that you take off. She kind of just stays close to you guys, but she's kind of just very much in her own world.
If I can help her at all, I will try using my illusion magic and my illusion magic to give the visual appearance of her being somewhere else, as well as like prestidigitation to like add like the smell of like fresh library books to make it feel like she's in a library and not on a train.
She you will notice that over time she'll begin to relax increment by increment with your efforts. But yeah, is there anything that anybody wants to do during the train ride aside from eating everything?
I presume that when we leave on the train, it's like nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's like 8
before-
p.m. when you guys leave.
I think at the breakfast of the next day, once we've had our night to settle in, Paige, Yulia, my bestie, my sister from our RP mother, do you think now is a good time to talk about our elephant in the room?
Yeah, yeah.
Or it says, make sure the door is closed and puts the do not disturb signal on, assuming there is one.
Yeah. It's basically
And,
just like a magic arcane lock appears on the door.
You know, we got our breakfast out. Okay, sis, do you want to put this gently at first, or should I start out blunt, like,
We're gonna talk about our parents?
They should know, right? I mean, if they come home and people ask questions and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I consider everyone here a friend, and they do talk a lot, so.
Yeah.
She's gonna kind of turn to the group a little bit.
This is holding your hand rather tightly, too.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're getting to know each other a whole lot. It only makes sense if you know a little bit about us, too. If that's okay.
Only what you feel comfortable disclosing, and if you find it relevant to our current contract.
Sharn is a big part of our lives. It's almost all we ever knew, and a lot of our lives, and because of it, revolve around what happened to our parents. Well, obviously by the sound of it, they're not really around anymore.
I'm so sorry to hear this.
No, all right. It's been a long time, and Sess and I have been together for, looking out for one another. It feels like Sharn is a little bit of bad luck when it comes to the events that happened, but in reality, it's all we ever knew, and everyone takes really good care of us. But are you aware of the glass tower in Sharn?
DM, are we?
Yes, you would be familiar with the event that happened, that they can provide further context on. It's kind of a famous event.
So
Yes, we know about it, but please inform Prince of it.
Yeah, Sylvana might know this a little too well too, since she went to Morgrave. But way back when, during the big old famous last war, which probably won't be the last one, some terrorists in Sharn caused a floating tower to fall into the lower sections, destroyed an entire district, which is now known as the Fallen. Every year of that event, people gather to craft elaborate ice sculptures and throw them into the Dagger River to mourn those who have been lost. Our father was an amazing craftsman. He could make beautiful, wonderful things, and He made one really. This was his chance to own his own workshop. This was his project. He was heading. And as they were bringing this massive tower in, this homage to the Crystal Tower, it was destroyed, killing our dad who was inside of it.
I'm so sorry, Paige. I didn't know.
No,
All right.
no child should suffer the loss of a parent at such a young age.
Yeah, me and Paige were like toddlers around that time, and while we never bothered or were able to memorize the faces of those who did it, we are very well acquainted with them now. Do you want to tell them who it is, Paige? Because this is the fun and scary part.
This silver flame, right?
No, that was
No,
mother.
that's the other one.
That's the other parent.
That's the other one.
Hold
There's
on, wait,
too
wait,
many.
wait.
I'm going through the notes.
It's okay, bestie. It's okay. I will explain. It
Yeah.
was the Ashbringers.
That's it. Yep.
The fox lady who saved us in the warehouse, the two we fought in the train. Yeah, those freaks. So when I tried to distract the one in the bar, and why I rushed down to my death, the one in the train. Now you know, we lost a parent to one when we were kids, and she starts tapping the table, like in an infrequent pattern. Just they still haven't gotten over it.
Sis, I don't think that's something anybody would expect to get over.
So
Put a
we're just
hand
leaving
over
the room?
Cess's like tapping hand on the table and go, "It's okay to be angry, upset, confused, sad. All these are normal emotions for what happened."
We can save the therapy for after, Doc, because we got one more parent to mow through. Paige, if you will, since I had to rip off that band-aid.
Yeah. There's a particular holiday. I'm not certain if it's worldwide or not. Fathom's Fall. It's when you kind of think of it, it's so discriminatory. It's not good.
It's a day when those there was a martyr for the Silver Flame, the Tiramiron or whatever. She was oh, not Tiramiron. Sorry. Some priest. I don't even think his name's Fathom. Is it?
It is. It is.
It is.
The holiday is
Okay.
named after him because it's when he was martyred.
Right,
Okay,
Fathom.
let's-
He was a shifter priest of the Silver Flame.
Oh, he was a shifter priest. It
Yep,
doesn't say that.
Yep.
but-
It did
okay.
say it on the wiki.
The wiki more correct than the actual rule book.
I don't know,
Let's
man.
go,
I'm
baby.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, that adds a whole new layer of
Yeah,
fucking tension
right?
to this. So, Priest Fathom, I'll give the description here while Paige gets ready to deliver the horrible news. He caught some lycanthropes in Sharn, some werewolves, werebears, wereferrets, whatever you want. He died exposing them in their cult. The Silver Flame, in honor of that shifter's memory, persecutes lycanthropic people. And that just so happens to include, in most of those racist piece of shit's eyes, shifters, which are a large part of the lower class demographic in Sharn. And one such holiday, Paige, when we were older in our teens,
Her mother told us to stay. I don't remember the day she left. I just know that she never came back.
And then the local guardsmen came by a few days later and told us they found a body. We They could only conclude that during the festivities, some self-righteous Silver Flame members thought it would be good to enact justice. And as such, there are no suspects to put down.
We tried looking. We just couldn't find anything.
I tried LD. I tried worse.
You know, the one thing that's good about having friends in high places is we've also got friends in low places. You want me to start asking around?
I think we appreciate that, Juby. It's just there's a lot, and I don't know. You're welcome to dig. You're welcome to try, but after we tried flipping any stones. Page from up top, me from below with LD. You can flip some more if you want.
If that's what you want, I don't know this pain that you feel, and that's the only way I know I can help.
Paint looks like they're about to say something, but gets a kind of guilty look as they look down at their silver flame amulet around their neck and just kind of like shuts up after that.
Well, thankfully, adventuring's been good. We at least know not every silver flame's a piece of shit. We met Ray. She was nice.
In her own way.
Yeah, but when we go back to town,
Greywell is definitely different.
There's still monstrous folks in Sharn, just they don't have as much freedom. And Juby, if anyone threatens you, just stick with us, all right? And Paint, they wouldn't take kindly to Ray, and they probably wouldn't take kindly to you if they knew what you were.
Well,
Anyway, good.
if it's one thing I've gained confidence in, it's that we, all of us, can take care of our own. So we'll look out for each other.
Just in case, should we be worried? Perhaps I should take another form.
Nah, it's been a lot better since our mother's death was the last straw for our community. We actually have a shifted on the council of Sharn nowadays, so a lot of the hate crimes have died down, especially because the community's gotten a lot more active. Oh, whoa, that's a new form.
Do you like it?
Very red, I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, what?
Here, I'll change back.
You'll fit in with the upper crust for sure with that look.
Certainly. But here's not to say that everything is bad in Sharn. It's just some patches of people that need to grow from their past.
Is there without sounding like I'm prying, is there anything else we need to know before we dive into your neck of the woods?
I'm not sure about Paige, but I know a few unsavory folk, but it's a long list, so we'll get into it as they show up, I guess.
All right.
Oh, if you see a fancy-looking sheep lady, stay away from her for me.
A sheep lady. Oh, okay.
Sheep shifter.
All right.
Just poofy white hair.
She got a
elegant-looking
name?
horns. She only ever told me to call her Lassie. Just stay out of her path, all right? I don't know if we'll run into her or not, but just do me that kindness, will you? I don't want to.
All right.
Especially
All
not right now.
I'll take your word for it.
They are a tougher crowd. Keeping your head down, not making too much eye contact. It usually helps.
She definitely has a very sort of if you catch her interest, you're fucked. So we'll leave it at that. Trying to remember two more things. Not now, but later down the line, sometime soon. Me and Paige would probably want to come back to Sharn to give our parents their condolences.
That is completely understandable.
Who knows? We might get lucky and have another job in Sharn that just happens to line up. I don't know. I don't write the script. But, yeah. Oh, and since we're treating each other equally, I wanted to bring something up. Paint, you wanted to not kill people, right?
I have never done so before, so I will continue that streak.
Wait, you haven't killed anybody yet?
No, thankfully.
Looks over at Paige, feels like really sad all of a sudden, like, oh no.
Oof.
This could have been avoided. Okay, well, when we killed that one Ashbringer on the train, the one who knocked me down.
That wasn't
an
Ashbringer.
Ashbringer.
No.
That wasn't.
No.
That
was a fake person.
The one with the heal sword.
Yeah,
So
that was
only
the
the whirling spin of death was the
the whirling scimitar lady was the Ashbringer.
Okay, well, never mind.
The other one was the what was it, the Houndmaster?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, when I did work for LD, I didn't kill anybody. I did have to kill in the pits for self-defense, but I didn't, I wasn't told to kill anybody as part of the work. And I also know that sometimes it's better for people to face the proper justice than to, give them that justice yourselves. So, and I'm open to interpretation on this. I'm just saying, if you all wanted to take people down without killing them, I'd be open to try.
If one is cloaked in darkness and dragging others into darkness, then if they die in darkness, they will forever be stuck in darkness. However, if they are simply taught a lesson, there's a greater chance of them discovering the light and changing their ways. Isn't that right?
Juby? Oh, sorry, Paige, go ahead.
No.
Quite frankly, well, it depends on the situation, what, you consider best in the moment. However, the least dangerous enemy is a dead one. So...
The cat nods sagely in response.
Definitely doesn't feel good or right when it happens.
You needn't hold back on my account, I will say that. I will continue to try and not kill people, but I won't stop you from doing so if you believe it is the right course of action.
just know I want to protect what I have.
I'm of a like mind.
Back in Sharn, I don't want to toot my horn, but Paige wasn't the only one who read stories. I also read books with
You can
pictures.
read?
Yes, it's a little hard. She pulls out this one copy of the story about the Arachne Charlotte's Web, and she I always get to this is the hottest book I've ever read, and she skips to a page literally page 75, and she stops it every time I read this book. I stop here, but I can read, all right. And I used to read stories of adventurers who became heroes, who did the right thing, yada yada, regardless of how hard the world was around them, yada yada. With great power comes great accountability, yada yada. Listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna spare the life of any monster or beast that's in our way, but and I'm not expecting redemption. If anything, it's more than likely they'll stay the same asshole after we lock them up. But if more good can be done by sending someone to jail than killing them, then maybe that's worth a shot. Maybe I shouldn't be so gung-ho to get back at the world. But Juby does make a point, if I ever feel threatened again, I will kill on sight. I do not want to go down again.
I'll always trust your judgment, sis. And I'll follow your lead. But
I'm noting that, Juby. And she wins.
I will do whatever it takes to keep you all safe. I mean that as seriously as I can convey that.
Puts their hands together in almost like a whimsical mimicry. Just go, oh, my knight in shining armor.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, just I've grown very fond of all of you, so I will do my utmost to keep you all safe. Even if that means potentially picking fights with some brigands in the back alleys of Sharn.
Sylvana?
She's been kind of quiet during this. She'll looking at her hand, her gloves for a moment, and then she'll look up at Sess and go, I will do everything I can to ensure that no one is ever taken away from me ever again. But if I see one of those Ashbringers again, I will not show any mercy. I don't care what you all think of that, but those things, they don't get a second chance.
We'll keep it in mind, okay?
Yes,
Oh, our pancakes are here. Fantastic.
oh, yes.
Gotta lock the door. How'd they get in here?
You get a magical notification that pancakes are in fact ready. Whenever you feel like releasing the lock.
I kick the door unlock button.
Servant staff come in and provide you guys your pancakes and other breakfast parts.
Paige is just kind of picking at her food.
I'm assuming Litro has I'm assuming Paint has a scallion pancake or something that isn't sweet, right?
While everyone else is eating their pancakes, I'm like taking like the strawberry and blueberries off the tops of them and just eating those.
The character twist.
Or you can have the pocket bacon that they put on the side.
The pocket bacon!
There you go.
I'll take that. I'm also, as the mood is lit up a bit by breakfast, I will go ahead and start to tease Jubilee a bit more as I revert back into the previous form that I just was, which I never actually got to describe. As I just put my head on her shoulder and was like, yes, my knight in shiny armor must mean I am your damsel in distress. And you can see this more bronze-skinned, sun-kissed, I guess, skinned woman with amber eyes and long ginger hair with very pouty lips and a very curvy body. Just looking up with long eyelashes, just fluttering as they blink and look up at her.
Well, is this this is new?
Yeah, we're gonna need a name, right?
Is this someone that you've seen before, or is this something that you just came up with yourself?
Oh, this is someone I simply came up with. You can keep calling me Paint if you wish. I don't believe this form has a name.
Good. I was starting to get really confused.
No worries, darling. But yes, now that I am no longer feeling to have to hold on to a single form, I'd like to experiment and see what other forms I can come up with. I do hope this form is at least to everyone's liking.
Very red. I like it.
It's very beautiful.
That's another word for red.
We are all willing to take a closer inspection if you wish.
Crimson is another word. Scarlet.
Those are some fancy words, Sylvana. You got a pretty head.
Yep, vermilion. Yep,
Yeah. You asked a question, and so I was just trying to provide some insights.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yes, it is very lovely. I apologize if I've never known a changeling so close before, so it's still a bit unusual to see the expansive breadth of bodies that you can assume.
Head lingers on Jubilee's shoulder for just a bit before leaning forward on the table, like on top of my hand as I lean close to her. And I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting the NPC's name because
Sylvana.
I'm brain fogging. Sylvana. I know it. I'm just it brain fogs. I'm horrible with names. As I go, oh, I'm happy to be of useful experimental purposes, Sylvana. Tell me, is there a form that you would love to see?
Quick chat, draw what he says.
No, I'm good. You don't have to put yourself out because of me. I'm just here to help. She kind of like recoils back and is putting her hands in front of her, like, no, it's nothing, it's nothing.
Are you sure? Not even a form like this. As I quickly turn into Paige.
She does like a fish out of water, mouth open, close a couple times as her eyes are very wide.
Oh, I did not give you permission.
Yeah, good point. Don't turn into us without a consent.
Oh, my apologies. As I perfectly mimic Paige's voice, but I can't do that in real life, so I'm sorry.
Can't
It's okay.
sound like Yulia? Wow.
My immersion.
My immersion.
Actually, speaking of changelings, I think LD told me about this. I didn't believe him until after I saw old Kliffy here, old Painty here, there's apparently an entire criminal organization in Sharn made of nothing but shifters. That's a neat fact for y'all.
Oh, yes, the tyrants, I believe is what they call themselves.
Yep.
A group of changelings, yes. It's...
I remember this one time LD told me to go, bother one who wasn't, staying to the route, and they turned into another guy, so I beat up the wrong guy. I eventually got to the right guy, I just had to beat up a few guys.
Yeah, like, Savannah seems happy to have switched subjects from Paint turning into into Paige. She goes, yes, I imagine that's quite difficult to find who you're pursuing if they can. She kind of just gestures to Paint.
Yeah, imagine an entire group of them just turning in the page. Like, how would you know who to support them? No, God, even I'm worried that I might not be able to tell my sister apart.
I feel like you would know.
Well, we do have that twin link.
Well, I think with close physical contact, you probably could tell the difference, but it would take a lot of just.
Oh, you mean like
all
punching
over their body?
What?
Yeah, like, Sylvana, just get your big thunder gauntlet things and just grab each page one by one. It's really easy. Well, it's really easy. There's one right here you can grab as practice. Get that big. Your hands are big. Come on, fat hands.
She turns, like, very robotically to, like, look at Paige. Her eyes are very wide.
Which page?
Oh, I figured you'd turn back to Paint, because you were Paint on my screen.
Oh, sorry. As she's looking between the two pages, I quickly just raise up a leg onto the table, showing off full page leg.
I need to go step
Your
away.
leg?
I need to go step away. I have to go wash my hands. It seems that, and she, like, her gloves just, like, she just puts one of them into the thing of syrup, and she goes, "Oh, looks like I've gotten syrup all over my hands. I will have to go clean this up. Bye." She, like, frantically pulls away from the table and, like, darts off.
Now I turn back into Paint.
After a minute or two, Sez is gonna get up and say, "You know what? You guys talk for a bit. I'm gonna go make sure Sylvana doesn't short circuit herself. I'll be back." Sez
Gonna
walks out.
scoot over to the corner and, like, just put her face in a pillow.
That's where Sylvana was sitting.
You just hear a slight sniff.
The cat looks
Hey,
up at
you
you,
are-
Jubilee.
Paint, you're awful bold. I mean, I guess you were kind of like this. Well, Kliff was kind of like this too, but
I no longer feel chained. It's wonderful. I feel like I could do anything. Or anyone.
well,
I say as I look right at Jubilee.
she goes right back to her plate of pancakes, just eyes on her plate.
The cat looks up at this and will kind of saunter over to be between Paint and Jubilee.
Well, I'm glad that you've got your confidence.
I hope it doesn't unsettle you.
I'm not quite used to it, and I'm not quite used to being spoken to in such a way, so
Well, you know what they say. Dive in the deep end.
So are you swimming or drowning right now? What would you guess?
Hard to say. I only just jumped in. You're free to join me, though.
That's all right. I just did my hair and I don't want it to get wet. She's gonna go back to eating.
Paige like she should not be in here.
Everybody's awkward except for Pain. Says you eventually find Silvana. Just like hiding in the bathroom. It says here.
I think so. Ziv?
Are you muted, Sess?
Sorry, I was, there was a parental figure in my hallway that I was staring at.
That's a normal
Stares
thing.
intently at parental figures.
Yes.
He's
I
just
stare
standing
at
there,
the
menacingly.
backdrop. Yeah, so me and Savannah, right?
Yeah, you're in the bathroom with her.
I assume I pull up as she's, like, done cleaning up her gauntlets.
Yeah, just pulling off her gloves.
Hey, Sylvie. Not short-circuiting the whole train, yeah?
No, they don't really work that way, as I just was having them in their normal mode as I do day-to-day activities.
So, while I got you here, and, Says is very clearly positioned between the door and Silvana.
Silvana acknowledges this and looks at the door, looks at you, looks at the door, looks at you.
I was, Listen, teasing aside, Listen, there's a lot of emotions going on in you right now, and you don't have to have a clear answer. I know this stuff gets complicated, but do you like my sister, my Paige, in any sort of way like that? Like, as you kids call it?
She is older than you.
Not when it comes to romance, baby.
She blushes deeply and goes, of course I like Paige. I like all of you, and she is very talented and well read, and she's an incredibly likable person.
So you're still budding. Okay, got it. Listen, there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of, it's not just love, obviously. I know you've got a lot to deal with. And I promise you, while you're with us, we'll take care of you as best as we can. Love's a really scary thing to feel when you're feeling all that other stuff, trust me. And I get the feeling with you and Paige, it wouldn't, hypothetically, don't freak out. Stay calm. Hypothetically, it would be a major relationship. You wouldn't be fooling around, yeah?
She's just like very wide-eyed.
Assuming hypothetically, come on, you're a scientist. It's a science word, yeah?
Hypothetically, anyone who would be romantically invested in Paige, your sister, would hopefully give it their all, because she's worthy of it all.
Don't worry, I won't tell you said any of that. You can tell her that yourself if you ever feel like it. But a few things. The first major one you get into is gonna hurt like hell. So I know you're juggling with a lot, but just if you decide to pursue this hypothesis and conduct your experiment, I think I remember reading that scientific method jargon from Paige, right? I'll watch out for you, but it's going to hurt. As long as you're aware of that when you're going to, okay?
Because
First one always does. The first major one always does.
it sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Don't go telling my sister this, but I've been around. We all have ways of dealing with our emotions. And thankfully I got to mess around a bit before I got my first major one, so I know when I got my first major one how special it was, which made it hurt that much more. But listen, and Says tries to lighten up the mood by smiling and stuff. If you want to mess around a bit before you go with Paige, I mean, you've got one more kitty cat right here. She winks.
What?
Don't worry, I don't mess with reserved goods.
I think I'm going to be focusing on our missions and to helping you all pursue what you're trying to pursue. And I will do everything I can.
Listen,
to
it was a tease.
To protect you and your sister. And she gets really awkwardly theatrical, and she goes, and all of your entourage.
Sylvana, breathe. Okay, it's only a tease, only a flirt, all right. And besides, I think what you're after, you'd have a happier time with it with Paige. Just remember that when you do go for it, or if not putting anything out there in the wind, it's gonna hurt a lot. Okay, having to balance another person's feelings with your own inner turmoil. All right.
Yeah. Kind of looks you in the eye and goes, "You." At least one thing I can say is, it's comforting to know that you two know what it's like with your parents.
Says approaches Sylvana, hugs her, and starts washing her hands. Immediately after, a quick hug, and then goes to wash her hands and goes, "Damn, Sylvana, I didn't realize you were always trying to go for my blessing. God damn."
What? No, I.
Punches her on the arm. All right. Oh, and take your time in the bathroom and come out looking confident. That'll definitely put a smile on my sister's face. All right.
I'll do my best. She gets this very awkward forced smile as she takes some water and runs it through her hair a bit.
Take your time. Take a deep breath. Calm, collected. Forget the teasing. Forget the embarrassment. And just focus on spending time with people you care about. That's really the trick, okay?
And she'll nod slowly.
All right. I love you. See you back there. She walks out of the bathroom.
As you walk out of the bathroom, you see the fact of Jubilee and Paige have tried to form as much space as possible between themselves and Paige. with Prince sitting between Paige and Jubilee.
I was going to say before they finish up, I was going to do something else.
Okay, what was the other thing you wanted to do?
I was just going to as Paige is just having her face in pillow, it's going to tease her a little bit more. It would go, "So, when are you going to ask Ivana out?"
Huh? Wait.
You're going to ask her out, right?
I'm sorry. I don't quite mean what you imply by that.
I have never seen a more healthy, well-sailing ship on the sea, ever. You and Savannah are adorable together, and it is quite obvious that you seemingly have at least crushes on one another. I'm just saying, should probably act on those feelings, rather than just continuing to scream in a pillow.
I
I
mean,
mean, only if you don't feel pressured by what Paint is saying. I mean, we're still doing a job, you know. At the end of the day, we are co-workers, so there's no need to brush into anything head on.
right? Yeah, yes, of course. I've never had a crush, so you say. But I do feel strange sometimes when she sits next to me. I think my stomach gets upset, and maybe I'm allergic to something that she wears, or perfume, perhaps. It does smell very nice, but I don't know.
No, that is not an allergic reaction. Those are called butterflies in your stomach, and that's what happens when you grow very nervous around someone that you like. Trust me, I've had them plenty of times.
Butterflies. Well,
Not literal butterflies, just
no,
an expression.
right, of course. I would. That would be silly to assume.
Although with the right magic, I'm sure they could be.
Oh goodness, please no. I haven't heard anything like that. But how do I make them go away then? The butterflies.
I don't know. I haven't really done anything about them myself. However, they don't go away simply by just trying to ignore them. If anything, that makes them worse, makes them build up more. So I would suggest actually trying to get closer to the person that gives you butterflies. And perhaps then the butterflies will calm.
See, I would.
As Maribelle said, it is up to you. Or, sorry, I was reading the name right off stream.
You're right. Maribelle has told me that before.
As Jubilee said, it is up to you. But trust me, not acting on emotions can be quite restraining.
Jubilee noticeably breaks eye contact at that statement.
I see. Well, I'll try. Like I said, I've never done it before, but I don't know. I've never done it. I've never experienced this, so I'm not sure how to act.
Well, I mean, you like spending time with her, right?
I do, yes.
And that's all there is to it. You just keep doing what you're doing and enjoy the time you spend together.
Oh.
You don't have to make a big fuss out of it.
Oh, is that? Oh goodness, my books usually seem to go into a little more detail, a lot more touching. No, I shouldn't do that, though, right?
Well,
Probably
based
not
on-
from exactly the books, but look, you already get along well with her. Simply just, rather than as a group, maybe go out just the two of you and spend time together that way. Let's see what happens.
I can try that. Sure. Okay.
We're here to support you.
Thank you, both of you. I mean, I don't know how she feels or how I feel, but I'm gonna take this one step at a time.
You can
Jump
take as
in.
many steps as you need.
Not everyone can jump into the deep end. But if you are wanting to explore those feelings, there's only one way to do so.
Head scratches?
The cat perks up.
I don't know if they're the same meaning to you as they would be to Sylvana.
Yeah, you're right.
But just spend time with her and see where things go. If things bloom, then they bloom. If not, then you still have a wonderful friend by your side.
Yes. Okay. I'll take that into consideration, definitely. Thank you both.
All right. Cess, now you come outside and they're actually not like as awkward as they could have been. But yeah, you see them a little bit of a blushy Paige and Jubilee, kind of trying to casually eat as casually as somebody can when they're obviously very forcibly doing it. And Paige just looks like happy as a clam.
Cool. Y'all need anything?
No. I think I'm all done with breakfast myself.
Okay. Paige, sis, move out a bit. I want that wall seat. Okay. You can sit in the middle, and then when Sylvana comes back, she can sit next to you. All right.
She kind of nods a little too fast.
Thanks. I'm sorry. I just need the window to sleep on, and she immediately gets in her seat and fucking passes out.
Hey.
And
Hobbs, if you wanna say hi to the raiders, we won't
Yes.
stop you, considering who it is.
yes, thank you, Yuko, for the raid. I'm always so happy to have my little small wolf here. And yes, Yuko did blow up my candle before stream, but I relit it. I'm smarter than the average cabbage this time, only because Yuko sent me a message, smugly gloating about it. But thank you, and welcome everyone. With that, Sylvana will eventually come out of the bathroom, and she looks like she attempted to freshen up a bit, and she comes and surveys the scene, and sees the only available seat is right next to Paige, and she will turn to look at Cess, and
She's asleep. Says has no look to give back.
and then we'll turn to look at the seat, and we'll come on over and sit down a bit stiffly into it and look at Paige, and she's got her big eyes, but she kind of tries to put on a smile and goes, I guess the seats have changed up a little bit.
Paige is also as stiff as a board, sitting up straight, her hands like tightly clasped at her thighs, like, yep, but you're more than welcome to sit beside me.
That's great. I'm really happy to be sitting here next to you. It makes conversations so much easier, and I don't have to raise my voice at all, and if I wanted to whisper. I could just lean over and just do it. Yes.
Gonna whisper in her ear.
Yes, it's rather has its advantages. And you're nice and warm. I meant the food is still warm if you
I maybe it's some of my devices. I tend to run a little hot because of the insulation, but it's maybe that's it. But it's always nice to be next to you because you're always so charming, and if I move at all, like if the train jostles, you're very soft and
You know what? I think I have something else to do in another room in another place.
You know what?
If
So
y'all
do
excuse-
I think. I think I'll go too. I'll join you.
I forgot I have a thing to do. Y'all have fun.
Did I say something?
what?
Says
no,
snores
no.
loudly in the corner.
She looks like
No.
super blushed and embarrassed.
I do apologize for my brisk departure. But y'all carry on. I'll meet up with you later.
I go, but before I leave, I'll just go like, "Oh, we're just gonna make out in the other car and shut the door."
Oh my god.
I
Says continues snoring.
I didn't say anything. Aqua, did I? Was it offensive to talk about your hair like that? I don't.
No, not at all. No, it wasn't offensive. It was nice. I think you are soft too. Or I mean, your hair is soft looking. It's very nice. You have pretty hair.
So do you. I always so happy when I can see it when when we wake up in the morning. Because the living situation with the bedroom. Everyone, we're all sharing the beds, and it's just it's nice that I have so many opportunities that I can just see how lovely you are.
Thank you. I think in the morning I'm a little more disheveled, but it's nice to be able to make sure you're okay and to sleep with you. Sleep.
Yes,
And-
sleeping with you is great too. I just want to say, Paige, that when I'm with you, I feel safe in a way that I don't really feel much these days. So, and she kind of actually looks you in the eyes and she goes, so thank you. Thank you for being there for me. And it feels good to not be alone.
I mean, you've gone through so much recently. Honestly, I feel like this is the least I can do, but I want to be there to protect you too. To make sure that you do feel safe, because you're also a really important member of this group.
And, she'll put her glove on your knee and be like, I'm very thankful that you're in my life, and I know that it's not much for me to say this, but it's reassuring to have someone and your sister who knows. And it takes a second to breathe. Who knows what it's like to lose your parents like that? And it makes me feel less alone.
I don't want you to think that by sharing our story that it's any less pain that you're going through right now. But I can relate to your loss, and I know what I really needed at that time was someone to be with me too. And Cess did that more than anyone else, so I know I'm not a family or sibling, but I want to do my best to be there and comfort you as well. You're not alone, Sylvana.
I guess then we'll both have to keep a close eye on each other, and when we're all together, we're never alone, and I will always be there when you need me, Paige.
And I you. Or I'll try my best. She'll kind of go and put her hand on her knee, give it just a little squeeze.
Sylvana smiles, and it's a very kind of genuine thing. And she doesn't seem super awkward right now, like the beginning of this.
And you know what could ruin this? And says snores once more really loudly.
Oh, by the host, I forgot your sister's been here the whole time!
She normally hear her, so she's so loud. Sometimes oh goodness.
I think that I need to go make sure that our luggage and equipment has been properly stowed. I don't want something to have happened while we've been having breakfast. You've helped show me that proper vigilance is necessary, and yes. And she gets up, but she keeps her hand on your leg for a bit as she's standing up. It's really where the fingers have to kind of be trailed off as she's standing. And she kind of brushes down her tunic and coat and gives you a little smile and goes, but yes, it was really wonderful to talk to you, Paige. I hope we have more opportunities to. It's been several years since I've been back to Sharn, for instance.
Yeah, I would love to be able to to show you around when we get back.
I know a bookstore. I would love to take you there as well. Maybe we can each go to some place that we enjoy.
A date? No, I mean,
I hear that they are that some would call those dates. But you know, it's also just sharing what's important to somebody who's important to you as
right.
Yes. So we'll just be together, mutually sharing what we like with each other. You know, that's it.
Yes. I would like to mutually go to the bookstore with you.
And I would love to go anywhere that you take me.
Okay.
I guess I'll go check on that luggage then.
Oh, do you need help or?
She kind of looks like I didn't think this was an option. Sure. Another set of eyes is always worthwhile.
Okay. She's gonna kind of turn a second to Sess and bring down the little blanket to cover up. Nuzzle up against her for a second before she leaves the cart.
And Silvana will take you through a very perfunctory look of the luggage. And Base does yep, it's all there still. Very reassuring.
Oh yes, it's all here.
Yes, I'm glad that we've ensured that that for the rest of the trip, nothing happened while we were asleep.
That's good to know. It's great that you're taking the initiative to make sure everything's all right. So
I'm so sad that the electronic rails, electronic bumps,
Yeah.
are never going to be like a bump that would cause them to like accidentally hug each other.
This is a slow burn.
Yeah. She goes, yes, I can take the initiative. Like
Oh.
I meant, you know, and she puts her like hands on her hips and goes, as any true academic and pursuer of knowledge, I am always ready to trailblaze into the future, into uncharted waters.
That's wonderful. I'd like to do the same.
Then we can do it together. We'll both pursue knowledge together, and I guess I can lead the way. So and she kind of looks at you and then looks at like the door and does like the most awkward march like forward. Because so back to everyone else then. Our first stop on our journey.
All right. I'm ready for it.
And she'll go back to the car. Jubilee and Pate will have seen them awkwardly depart and then awkwardly return.
Payne currently just
goodness,
talking.
perhaps they didn't need our help after all.
See, they only needed a small little push. At the same time, while they were away, before being like, oh, yep, we were right. It was more just like Paint showing off their new forms. Like, I'd never actually been in the body of a woman before, so you have to tell me how well I'm trying to pull it off. All new to me.
Well, I mean, you take to it just fine. I mean, you can make yourself look like anyone, so I mean, I guess you just think about it and it happens, right? I don't know how this works for you.
It's kind of like stretching, almost, I guess you could say. Only the stretch just kind of stays there. The hips aren't too much, are they? Does that kind of just sway my hips?
No, they look just fine.
Oh, good. Seth did say that this was a form that could blend in well, so I may stick with this while we're in the city.
Well, I mean, I guess you could appear however you want. I mean, because no one knows paint, so...
No, I can change on a whim if I wish to. Tell me, is there a form that you would prefer?
Now remember, I told you any decision you make has to be one of your own, so...
Oh, I know, but it's good practice.
Well, what I would like is for you to appear however makes you feel the most comfortable and confident.
Currently changing on a moment-to-moment basis.
I guess I can understand that since, you know, you haven't been able to change
Not
at
for
all.
so long. It feels just so natural to just shift into whatever I feel at the moment.
I think I might advise a little bit of caution just because I don't know how people might react to you changing all the time.
I know all too well, trust me. When I was younger, before I had taken the identity that I did, other kids would constantly throw stones at me as a game. They were the heroes and I was the monster, only I had no choice in being the monster.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'm where I'm at now. It all turned out well, I suppose. After all, with you by my side, I feel ever more confident.
Well, I'm glad that you are where you are. I'm sorry that you had to go through so much to get here.
It is the journey that makes the person. And I think I like who I have become. So all
That's
in
good.
well, it's okay. And as Paint and Sylvana start walking back, I
Paige and
quickly,
Sylvana, you're Paige.
Paige and Sylvana, I quickly wrap my arm around Jubilee, pull her in close as I whisper to her, pretend we are looking at the window and having a great time as they quickly come back and pretend that we weren't just gossiping about them.
I thought we were just talking and having a good time.
Oh, we were, but now I do kind of want to gossip about how cute they are together.
At least wait for them to pass by first.
You see Sylvana awkwardly marching forward with Paige behind her as Sylvana is blushing.
Red as a tomato. I wonder what they did in that back car.
It would be unkind to speculate.
We can always go back there and see if we can't try and mimic what they may have done.
No, I think if they want to inform us, they will do so. Besides, knowing those two, probably not much. It doesn't take much to get either one of them as red as a tomato.
Nor is it hard to get you read.
Well, like I said, I'm not really all that used to your new bold mannerisms. It'll take me a little to get used to.
I'm sure after some time it'll calm down. I guess it's just been boiling up so long of not being able to act how I wish. And now it's all just busting out at, well, you get the idea.
Yes, I suppose I do.
I do hope I am not making you uncomfortable, but I am just happy to be able to be myself.
Well, I'm happy for you, and I mean, if you end up just being the most ridiculous flirt, I mean, I suppose that's just that's just who you are, and you know, I've handled that tap before, so I don't mind.
No, don't worry. I'll try and direct most of it towards you.
You don't have to, but if that is how you wish to make your jokes, then that is fine.
Who said anything about joking?
Well, I'm gonna go wake up Seth. She's probably still by herself. Excuse me. She'll get up and head back to the dining car to wake up Seth.
All right.
Oh,
I
I
might
thought we had our breakfast in our the same cart we were staying in.
That was never
Who knows?
specified. It doesn't
I
matter.
don't know, whatever car you're in,
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
doesn't
there.
matter. Who cares?
I'd because I was imagining Sez was sleeping and one boat leaves, another boat does their interactions, and then one boat swaps out, another boat comes back, and it's just Sez is just vibing this. Oh yeah, sure, dining cart. Sez has been asleep in the dining cart, and some weight has been trying to get her out. I don't know. Go for it, Juby.
Oh, we don't have to roleplay anything. She wanted an excuse to walk away.
Some H, that's all I am for this part. What am I gonna get, bitch? It's alright. That's not Cecil's goal. Cecil's goal is to get paid. She's on the grind.
Oh,
Wow.
Gotta get that retirement in order.
Well, you chose the wrong person for retirement, considering she's a broke artificer who spent her life savings.
Hey, I'm flirting with everyone, excuse you. Just in a more subtle way than Mr. fucking Hey, can we sleep together?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take! But yeah, so, with all of that in mind, you guys are on the last leg of the trip to Sharn. You pass by the massive refugee camp that is dubbed New Seer, predominantly made of refugees from Seer after the morning happened. And Sylvana kind of looks out the window at them and goes, yes, I hope I hope that eventually they can find their own homes. It's so sad that it's all gone, but I'm hopeful that there will be a future for them as is there for all of us. Sorry. I'm sorry that was kind of out of nowhere. It's just it's hard sometimes to see my countrymen, you know, just everything that was lost. I remember my old home, and I just thankfully I'm getting a new home. And she kind of does a little forced smile at everybody.
It's the beautiful thing about being around still. You can always rebuild.
Yes. New beginnings.
New beginnings. And after New Seer, you come across the same thing that Paige and Cess saw when they left Sharn, of the massive, formerly floating castles being disassembled by work crews, as many of the weapons of the last war are trying to be broken down to no longer be needed and hopefully find some kind of civilian use. But tearing down a massive magical castle takes a lot of manpower and a lot of time. So they're still working at it. And at this point, you guys can see the massive towers of Sharn appearing in the distance, looming across the entire countryside. Nothing could possibly compare to them. And they only get bigger, much like how Greywall would get bigger, except these just keep going. And going, and going. 5 minutes to arriving at Sharn Station, 5 minutes. You hear over the intercom. I guess we're almost here.
We'll be there roughly midday, yeah?
Actually, you'll be arriving there at night. Because
Night.
you left at
mean,
nighttime,
been
it's about a day and a half.
Yeah, so if it's a day and a half, it would be like... One day would take us to the next night, and then the remaining half day would take us, like...
Okay.
Things would be, like, midday, right?
Okay, so yeah, it's midday.
You know, if nothing's stopping us, you know, on the way to LD's office, there's this one bodega that sells these, like... there's this one little shop run by a halfling. He sells some amazing-ass sandwiches.
Oh goodness, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. How did you like yours again,
Oh.
Paige? He always gave you, like, the really fluffy bread, too, yeah?
Yes. I didn't like too much, but I liked all the vegetables on there and almost every meat available. Okay, maybe I did ask for a lot.
Yeah, and he always made sure to pack it up right and toast it, and yeah, him and his wife always took good care of us.
I did.
I would
you two
love
will have
to see
to.
this. Yeah.
You'll have to show us the sats.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If there's any downtime, I mean, listen, you're in Sharn. You're basically in the capital of the new world. Is that a little too much, Paige? Am I overselling?
You're fine.
Anyways, wonderful place. Y'all are gonna see great things. All right. I know all the lower. I know most of the good spots in the middle and lower districts, and if we go to the upper district, Paige can show you what people normally do when they're rich. I guess you already know that. I don't know.
I know the school cafeteria.
Have you ever been to Morgrave University?
Yes,
I mean, yeah.
No. I mean, I've never been out this far, so.
Oh, it's a. The only thing more depressing looking than that university is the tuition number. Ayo!
It's not that depressing.
There's the 2 poor graduates from it. I guess my sister's still a student.
Yep.
Kind of hard to remember nowadays.
The two are not related. I had a lot of positive memories from my time in Morgrave. Might be nice to see it again. See what's changed. Maybe Paige can show us around.
Oh, yes, I do have some assignments that I have to turn in. It was nothing with a date in mind, just when I was able to finish, so.
It's got that nice courtyard, yeah?
It does. It's
So-
very nice.
It's fairly large, so if we happen to split up in the groups, take up a more ground to look around. I mean, there's no shame in that. I don't think any of us could get lost in the courtyard anyhow.
Perhaps. Yes? Regardless, I'd like to see it. There's lots of places we'd like to show you, so...
I can't wait to see all the places that you want to, or that you two want to show us.
Perhaps Sess, you can actually show myself and Jubilee around some of your favorite spots, while Paige and Sylvana go ahead and tour the campus for memory's sake.
I know a few good spots for, 2 people to hang out. Yeah, don't worry. I know one thing I definitely want to show you too. It's definitely the most fun you could have with public transit in Sharn.
I don't know how I feel about that chuckle you just did, but I said I would trust you on this journey. I guess that includes our downtime as well. So.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's quite an adventure in store. Meow.
Indeed, Prince.
All right.
I go ahead and
wait.
give Prince a head scritch.
You notice when you head scritch Prince, it feels very uncomfortable for you. It's kind of like the discomfort you felt when you were when you had heal about your person. It is very uncomfortable to physically contact with Prince.
Huh.
The cat kind of just gives you level eyes.
Jubilee just absent-mindedly started to stroke Prince's back.
He arches his back with your strokes. Purrs pleasedly. But and then in between some of his stretches, he just kind of looks at Paint. There's a bit of a kitty smile.
Not really knowing how to take that, just accept that it's a weird cat.
And with that, the train finally pulls into the station. The doors open, and you guys are assailed with the almost cacophonous noise of entering Sharn once more, especially compared to Greywall, which seems downright, pastoral by comparison. As the City of Towers stretches indefinitely into the sky, you get off the station, and there for each of the private cars, there's only about half a dozen different people who get out of those, but there are 100 or so that get off the other cars. But you see there's trains pulling in every few minutes and crowds coming off of them. And Sess and Paige, you recognize that same ticket taker, except he's got a mop and he's prestidigitating the ground of the air, like the standing areas near the trains, in a janitor outfit.
He got demoted.
Oh, she kind of looks at Sess for a second and looks over at Paige or Paint, like, oh, looks like whatever you did worked. Thank you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, that was that was not Paint. That was somebody else.
okay.
Just gives a sly smile.
So, I guess the first question then is, where to next?
Yeah, Sess, Paige, y'all lead the way.
Does the train stop in the middle or lower
Yeah, it
distance?
starts in the middle.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry about forgetting about 3 nights being left on the train, so...
First things first, we should probably get y'all some Featherfall tokens.
Good idea.
Yeah, you saw how, like, outside Sharn was kind of, like, stacked on top of each other? These tokens kind of make it so that if you fall between the bridges, you won't die, but...
Oh.
Yeah. There should be a kiosk at the station, I think.
there is a kiosk,
Okay.
where there is some of the watch is set up shop there, and a guardsman looks at you guys approach and goes, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Hey, we got a couple new shinies with us, alright? We just need a couple of fucking feather tokens, okay?
We got fucking tourists. All right. You know, make sure none of you kids fall off. You know, and if you do, make sure this is nearby. Otherwise, you're gonna go splat. Ain't nobody coming for you. I certainly know I won't. I'm not a fucking janitor.
I don't know,
Does
listen,
that
only
sort
when
of thing happen often? People falling off the bridges?
Yeah, but, you know, some bridges got enchantments, sometimes there's a, you know, a local wizard, a gargoyle around who catches you, you know, but then you owe them a life service or whatever. You know, just
That
take
seems
the fucking...
like that seems like a severe oversight in the city infrastructure.
That's a big theme here in this town.
It's, you know, welcome to Sharn. Whatever happens, and try to keep your feet on the ground. And if not, well, you're taking your life into your own fucking hands. And he takes out some tokens to give to you guys, and he goes, "These are all synced up to you. If you try to fucking leave my city without returning them, they will be monitored. You will be fined if you ever decide to show your stupid face back up here. I'll throw your ass personally in jail."
Noted. Thank you.
He's just over-exaggerating, don't worry. And I'll make sure they don't lose him, alright?
Yeah, you know, you keep a close eye on him. You know, I hear that things are getting kind of intense there. You know, just whatever you do, just, you know, don't piss off anybody, and certainly don't run afoul of that LD guy.
Yes, noted. It says this is the most, like, cat smug face possible.
Looks around for a pocket to put the coin in, realizing I have a new one right on my chest. Boop.
Jesus
you
Christ.
you pin it to your jacket. It's real simple. She pins it to her jacket. Alright, come on. Let's get going. I know a shortcut. Come on.
And with that, I think we are probably good to end for the night.
Wait, DM,
Yeah.
could I do one thing before we end for the night?
Okay, you can do your one thing.
Okay, as we get to like a bridge in the middle district, Says stops the group and looks down. Yeah, there's my shortcut. You can jump from this bridge to that one. Check it out, she fucking jumps off.
My God!
Sis!
Just don't scare them like that, goodness.
Says fucking slams down. Oh, how I've missed this place.
Oh.
You hear some random people, because it's just the press of humanity / humanoidanity here is very, very claustrophobic, and as Cess leaps off, you hear some people go, "Hey!
Hey, I'm landing over here!
I'm walking here!"
Hey, make some room, we got some shortcuts, we got some turnstile jumpers here, don't get in the way.
The vitality rate in this city must be very high.
Oh my God, I think I'll take the stairs, thank you.
I'll wait down here for you guys. Jump down the fun way, though.
It's really not that far. Paige will kind of like put her legs over the edge, like, but you're welcome to go however you like.
I'll follow you, Paige, thank you.
And she's gonna jump too.
Paige!
Oh.
I'll jump too.
I'd like to point out that, like, if you guys are looking for Sis, they're probably like 2 feet to the left of where they jumped.
Yeah. Savannah looks at Jubilee and goes, is this happening? Are we doing this?
Oh my God, this feels like I'm going against every natural urge of survival in my body, but I guess when in Sharn, and she's gonna jump off too.
And Savannah will jump right next to her. And you guys land, like, 50 feet below you.
Oh my god, can we please take the stairs? No more shortcuts.
Come on, Pain.
Yeah, as you land,
I
you
already
know,
jumped.
people get pushed out of the side, and they're like, hey!
Hey, listen, get used to it. Everyone hops. It's like hopping the turnstile, alright? It's no
So
big.
fun, I think I might do it again. I messy step to the other bridge and then jump off again.
Oh, you need to be careful! You know not all of this work!
Wait, you gotta know which one you're going on. If it's too far of a leap, it ain't gonna work.
Alright, I think with that we can end.
Thank you,
Welcome
Obs.
to
Thank you.
Midgar.
Yeah, welcome to fucking Sharn. Jesus Christ. You're now in fucking fantasy New York!
Let's go.
Go.
It's Sharn, it's a hell of a town. But yes, thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I hope you had fun. We had lots of RP and romance and trauma. It's like we also had paint just shooting every shot. You gotta respect them.
By the end of this campaign, there will be a paint boat. I have no idea which.
But yes, I hope you all had fun tonight and enjoyed the game. We will be back here next week for more of this, as they actually are now in Sharn and can go about their adventures and meet up with the mysterious LD. I wonder what LD stands for. Maybe we'll find out next time. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you to these wonderful players for being such absolutely amazing goofballs, and I am so thankful that I get to DM for you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed tonight.
Always.
As Vaughn just demonstrated, if you do ! Players, you can go to all of the Twitch pages of all of these wonderful people, and be sure to go follow them. Go check out their streams. They're all amazing people. They're amazing streamers. They're all wonderful, and you should go check them out. I will be back here on Wednesday for Slime Rancher 2, baby! We're gonna get real slimy. Real squish hours. And so it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and then I'm gonna do something I have yet to decide on Friday, and then Saturday is my birthday, where I will likely not be streaming, but it will be my birthday, so your girl's getting milfier by the day.
Let's go, boys. Pull
Let's
up.
go. We are going to raid Errol. He's playing fucking Getting Over It. And
I think someone at the beginning of the stream redeemed a Guide the Raid.
what? Let me check. I don't think so. It'd be a very odd thing for them to redeem at the start of the stream. No, there's not one.
I could have sworn I saw it. I'm sorry.
No, there was a Gremlin noises for Tyler, but I will do
It's
that
good that you
really
keep
quick.
an eye out, though.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna raid Errol. He's doing Getting Over It. He's everybody's favorite little thieving magpie. Let's go send him lots of love. Errol then. If you are a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you are a sub, please copy down the, or maybe it's Knights. I forgot my own command. Please copy down the Knights message, and let's go send Errol lots of love. And I hope you all have a wonderful night and the sweetest of dreams. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.